Is it even worth continuing to cosplay without TikTok? Oh my god, yes. If it's something that you're gonna miss, don't stop doing it just because you can't film videos on one app. I understand that a lot of people are scared right now. I understand that a lot of people are angry and frustrated and confused, and you're not alone. We've all seen the news.
TikTok.
TikTok, TikTok.
We all know with reasonable certainty that in about a week, TikTok will no longer be available for United States users. This doesn't come as a huge shock. TikTok has been on the chopping block a few times in the last couple years, and it seems kind of inevitable and also deeply preposterous that we would end up here. In this video, I'm not going to go over the political ramifications or even the ramifications of a TikTok ban specifically for the cosplay community, why this is a good or a bad thing. I think if you want to have that conversation, Ezra Faye did a fantastic video about that on her YouTube channel that I highly recommend checking out. There's not much I could really add to what she said that would be of use, I think, in this conversation. I want to talk about where we go next. I asked my Instagram followers if there was anything specific that they were worried about happening to the cosplay community as a result of the TikTok ban. And I got a couple of different responses, but they were very, very consistent across the different kinds of people that answered. The number one question was, what happens to the community itself? TikTok has been huge and so helpful in growing and connecting people across the cosplay community. A lot of people didn't discover cosplay until TikTok. Without TikTok, the cosplay community would not be what it is today. That is a fact, for better or for worse. A lot of American cosplayers are worried about what's going to happen to the friends that they've made and the community that they've built over the last 5 or 6 years on the platform. And that's very understandable. So in this video, I want to address some ideas of what we can do to move forward as a community and how we can keep the community going without TikTok. Because while TikTok has fundamentally changed the cosplay community forever, cosplay has existed for a lot longer than TikTok has. Hell, cosplay's existed for a lot longer than social media has. And we don't need TikTok to be a thriving community. The first thing that I recommend is looking for your mutuals, friends, and creators that you want to stay in contact with on other social media, whether that be Instagram, YouTube, Blue Sky, Twitter/X, whatever platform those creators are active on. If you move to support them on those platforms, you are helping them maintain their audience that they had on TikTok, and if there's someone that you're friends with, you're hopefully maintaining that friendship. Now, this isn't a perfect solution. We all know that Twitter/X has a myriad of issues. And we also know that with the recent policy changes that are coming to Instagram and Facebook, a lot of creators, specifically queer creators, no longer feel safe using those platforms and are considering leaving. But it's a good way to start. Even if it's a platform that you don't use a lot, if you follow a creator who, say, is active on YouTube, and you have a YouTube account, go ahead and subscribe to them, even if you're not super active on that account. It still helps them rebuild that base of support in another place. Another thing that I strongly recommend doing with mutuals or friends that you've made, not just creators that you follow, but people you consider friends and have conversations with, find another alternative space, digital or physical, that you can interact and continue to build those friendships, whether that be a Discord server or a Facebook group, or if there are people in your area scheduling some kind of monthly cosplay meetup to work on things. Things like that where you're still in contact with the community that you've built, even if it's not on the platform that you initially had connected on. Some of my absolute favorite people in this world are people that I met through cosplay TikTok. Nurturing those connections are going to be the most important thing that you can do to keep your community, however small or however big, going. The biggest thing, of course, that you can do is go to conventions. That's where cosplayers are. That's where cosplayers have been since day one. I recognize that this isn't a financially reasonable thing to ask for most people.
Just go to a lot of conventions. Go to as many conventions as you possibly can.
But virtually every place that I have ever been has had a small local convention that you might just need to do a little bit of digging to find. It's probably there. And if not, see if you can organize one. As for bigger, more expensive conventions, if getting a pass for the whole weekend isn't financially an option for you, you can always opt to do what we call ghosting the convention, which is to say you go, but you just kind of stay outside of the venue, outside of that entrance. So you're not going into the convention, but you're at the convention. You're still in cosplay, you're still seeing other cosplayers. I've never had an issue with getting kicked out of a place for ghosting. I know some people have experienced issues with that, but for me, for cons that I've ghosted, I've never been there for super, super long, and I haven't been trying to get into the actual vendor hall or anything, just outside to see other cosplayers. And that is an option if you have transportation but can't afford or don't want to purchase a pass. Another thing that I recommend for people who are more interested in the performative aspects of the community, look into seeing if there is a company or volunteer group in your area that does superhero or princess birthday parties, volunteering, character performance, stuff like that. That kind of work with kids is very similar to cosplay, except it's also like LARPing, but for children. I've been doing birthday parties and volunteer work like that for a really long time, and it's extremely rewarding, and you can get your pictures, get your cosplay content, and you're also doing something fun and rewarding in your community. If you want to get more people locally involved in cosplay, a great idea or a great place to start is to see if there is a library or a maker space, a lot of the time those two things are combined, in your area that might let you host classes. If there's something that you're good at, that you feel confident getting up in front of a group of people and teaching, whether that be wig styling, foam smithing, anything like that, and you could theoretically teach a class, you can get more people involved, get more people interested, and make connections to other cosplayers in your area. If you're in high school or college, see if there's a cosplay club where you go to school. If there's not, look into starting one. Save the content that you've made that you care about. Save your favorite videos, post them to other apps, post them to other platforms. A lot of my followers also expressed concern about what small businesses that are cosplay related or not cosplay related, and creators who have been able to monetize their work on TikTok are going to do moving forward. And the answer to that is I don't know. I wish I had an answer. I don't. And I think that's part of why we're all so frustrated and scared right now is we don't know what's next. And if your livelihood, your source of income, or even just a side hustle is tied to this, it is scary to not know where that money is going to come from. And I understand that. I don't have a solution. What I do know is that TikTok's success means that the loss of TikTok will create a power vacuum, and there will definitely be a replacement. Whether it's Instagram Reels, YouTube Shorts, a new app that hasn't been released yet, or an American buyer of the TikTok app, we know that something is going to take TikTok's place. Short form content is here to stay. Guys, I'm worried too. I'm frustrated too. I don't know what this means for social media going forward, but I do know that the cosplay community is going to be fine. The cosplay community has been around for a lot longer than TikTok has, and it has something that TikTok doesn't have. Us. We have each other. We can continue to work together, to collaborate, to make art, to appreciate the nerdy things that we're all interested in, whether or not we're making short form content on one specific app or another. We still will be interested in the same things. We will make new friends. I know it's tempting to be all doom and gloom about the TikTok ban. I think there are a lot of reasons to be concerned. I also think there are some reasons to be maybe glad that content might go in a different direction. However you personally feel about the potential TikTok ban, I think we can all agree that it's frustrating as a community to be unsure of where we're going to go and what we're going to do to fill the space that TikTok has taken up for cosplay. I don't know where we're going to go, but I do know that wherever we go, cosplay isn't just what happens online. Cosplay is the sewing, the hot gluing, the planning, the photo shoots, the getting together with friends to collaborate or to work on stuff together while eating oven pizza on the floor. Cosplay isn't about what we do online. It's about what we do as creatives, in person, online, wherever that may be. It's about dressing up. It's about doing something that you love to demonstrate your love of a fandom or character. It's rewarding to have the feedback from social media. Obviously, I'm on social media making this video right now. But cosplay is so much more than just numbers and likes and videos. Cosplay is about getting to become and embody characters that you love in your own way, putting your own special touches on characters and media that you care about. Cosplay is about your understanding of a character, your love of the character. Remember that. Make something cool and have fun doing it. I'll see you on the other side. Are you done? He's not done.